Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's an East Coast battle in the NFC East, featuring Carson Wentz and the Eagles taking on Eli Manning and the Giants.
Thank you, Larry. Coming to you from just off the New Jersey Turnpike in East Rutherford. We are just about set for football on EA Sports from MetLife Stadium. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. Leading them is their second-year quarterback, also the number 2 overall pick a season ago, Carson Wentz.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now, he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. They go play action here on first down. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Keenan Robinson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Now Wentz throwing on second down. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. And there are the numbers a week ago for LeGarrette Blount. 15 carries, 53 yards.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
Offense staying ahead of the chains here, 2nd and 3. Play fake to Blount. Now it's Wentz. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. And a peek at the offense. And Matthews, a guy that we have to talk about.
And Jordan Matthews, Brandon, is an anomaly. Normally, a long receiver plays outside. He likes to work out of the slot. Does a terrific job absorbing punishment and catching the football.
So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
So under the category of, while it can't be us because we're not that good, but could you imagine if this was you? LeGarrette Blount, his first 1,000-yard season since, what, 2010, his rookie year? And 18 touchdowns in the regular season? And no longer with New England.
He is over 30 now. He turned 30 in December. I don't know if that played a factor, but yeah, such a productive year, and then he's gone.
Well, that just tells you this. Now he's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder trying to prove something.
They'll run again with Blount. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. And quickly the starting 11 now for the New York defense.
I still remember when Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie came out of Tennessee State in the draft, and I called a coach in his conference to ask a scouting report about him, and he said, well, we didn't do anything special. We didn't throw away from him or anything like that. I don't think that coach told me the truth. DRC is one of the best ball hawks in the league, had 6 interceptions in 2016, and continues to lock down elite receivers.
Second down following the run. Wentz going to give this one to Blount. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
And this seemingly endless drive continues. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Wentz now giving to Blunt on the draw. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
This is turning into a bit of a death march here, the 13th play of this drive. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Corbin Bryant able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And the Eagles are in for 6. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback, a multiple-time Pro Bowler. It's, of course, Eli Manning.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
Now a first carry here for Shane Vereen. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Manning. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. And we peek at the defense now for Philadelphia.
Jordan Hicks battled a lot of injuries while at the University of Texas, but his last season there played up to the potential they saw when he was coming out of high school. Well over 100 tackles, ranged from sideline to sideline, could also drop into pass coverage, and now uses his intelligence to run the entire Philadelphia Eagles defense from the middle linebacker position.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working from the gun, Manning. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he showcased the spin, but couldn't do much else as he's wrangled down. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They run for it with Vereen. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or two. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it?
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
On play action, Wentz. And some room to work. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 14 yards there on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Eagles on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, Wentz. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The first update now from a game going on in Cleveland, and it's the Browns out to the early advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So now on is Caleb Sturgis for the Eagle field goal. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So as it turns out, that sack does not wind up costing him, at least in terms of getting points. They get 3.
Yeah, once you see your quarterback go down the backfield, you think, uh-oh. But fortunately for them, their kicker came to the rescue and made sure they got something out of that drive after all.
Now it's Sturgis converted on the field goal. Now he'll send this one away on the kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First down, Manning. And this is caught. First catch by Brandon Marshall. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. 10-zip our score. Back to MetLife Stadium in just a moment.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Spin and room to run. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for the Giants. 58 yards on the ground. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Here's Vereen. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Manning now on 3rd and goal. And it's caught. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They snap it to Smith. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. Carson Wentz and the Eagles make their way out to the field. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. The drive starts with a handoff to Blount. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
again. Here's Blunt. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in it.
It's hauled in by Marshall for a Giant touchdown. Brandon Marshall, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
We remind you that coming up later tonight, this is going to be a good one. The Cowboys and the Raiders going at it in the East Bay.
No, that's old school right there.
Old school indeed. Then Monday night, another good late season matchup, the Falcons and the Buccaneers from Tampa to wrap up Week 15. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Torrey Smith, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Jason Pierre-Paul. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Play fake to Matthews. Now it's Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Yeah, this one's going toward the sideline. They'll try to play keep away from Beckham. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Manning now on 1st down. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, here's Manning. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So Manning to Beckham in this defense, they better hone in on that connection.
It's almost like an electrical charge for him, isn't it? When he catches the first one, I'm talking about OBJ, he just goes to the huddle and says more. And really, he's just one of those guys that once he gets going, look out.
2nd quarter in Cleveland, and it's the Browns out to the early advantage. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Manning to Shepard, complete over the middle. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now Manning again. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Third and long for the Giants and Eli following the sack. Shotgun now for Manning. And Ingram holds it in. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So they're operating in the red zone. Into the red zone now. Manning. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Now Manning. This is caught. Manning able to find OBJ there for a Giants first down. To go here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Manning to throw once more. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Again, they'll throw with Manning. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Third and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack. They'll run. It's Vereen. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. On fourth down, off goes Manning, and on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrich Rosas, for the field goal try. And Rosas puts this one through. And with that, they'll take a one-point lead here in the second. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
The New York set to take the field. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
After that nice game there, for the rest of the game, the defense is going to have to respect the running backs as passing threats as well. Not just play them strictly to run the football. They may be able to get downfield and catch it too.
Manning now on first down. A dump off to Vereen. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And now it's second down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Manning will try again on second down. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And the kick by Rosas is good. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Giants are happy to be in front right now and just want to play 2 more solid quarters. The Eagles won't panic either. They know they just need to take it 1 play at a time. So here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Midway through the first quarter, Wentz is going to look for a gap, and he capped off the long drive with the TD. They strike first in the half. Offense on the field now after the pick. Manning's on point with the throw, and this play goes for a score. Deficit shrinks to 2.
All right, Larry, thank you. A fairly tight game here as we get set to resume play in this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Shane Vereen now gearing up to help lead this offense back out there. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground, because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. They stick on the ground. Again, it's Vereen. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Manning. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Brad Wing now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. 7 yards to go on 2nd down. Throwing is Wentz. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that's caught by Smith. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now a play fake here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jonathan Casillas in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They go play action for Matthews. Now Wentz. And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Donnie Jones now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They'll start out with a run by Vereen. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
Manning to throw on 2nd down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards. 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Manning to Vereen out in the flat. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll run here with Vereen. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. He got maybe a half-yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run again with Vereen. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. To throw, it's Manning. And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Well, that's the kickstarter right there. Eli Manning finding his guy, Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, it's a deadly combination, isn't it?
It really is, but what really makes it work is just how unflappable Eli is with his demeanor, able to maintain his calm and his poise. Because we know, OBJ, he can run pretty hot and get excited out there.
Sometimes just one-handed grabs for him.
It doesn't matter what it is. Just throw it up there. He'll go get it.
On first down, Manning caught left side. It's Beckham. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
On play action, now Manning. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Manning looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Here's Brad Wing now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll begin here with Blount. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. Play fake to Blunt. Now it's Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
That was an okay hookup there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
The Eagles on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Keenan Robinson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. Here's Wentz to throw. And that's incomplete. The veteran Brent Selleck, the one he was looking for. And now it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 11. Wentz now to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 4th down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes, And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
This one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
And an alley to run. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Manning now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Long in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now Manning throwing on second down. And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. The Giants on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Manning to throw. He finds Beckham complete, and he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And now a first down following that long gain. And he'll give it here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Stops short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
On 3rd and 2, Manning, and Marshall's got it. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Into the red zone now. Manning. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They'll run it now out of the gun. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Giants on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now running right through it. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Shane Vereen with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
But when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. A 10-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. On first down, Wentz. It's brought in by Jeffrey. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They've really been able to contain Alshon Jeffrey. That catch a rare exception in this game.
And that's a feather in their cap because he's such a tone setter for his team on offense that they try and get him the ball early. And, of course, what comes after that is often. And for them to limit him and him not catch a ball until the second half, it's a big reason why his team is behind on the scoreboard.
Wentz to throw on second down. And avoids the contact by sliding. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it third down. Eagles on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles are back within a score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Blunt will get the football. And he is going to lose yardage here. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. On first down, here's a handoff to Vereen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. Now Manning. To Shepard, complete over the middle. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Sterling Shepard, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Rosas now to add the PAT. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Keenan Robinson in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Now Wentz throwing on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Well, not the position they want to be in. Still a very, very small chance here, but they almost need a miracle.
Agreed. That means they've got to get it to the sidelines, get out of bounds, and preserve clock.
On third and long, it's Wentz. The open man is Smith. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. A first throw for the backup Foles. And he dumps it off to Blunt. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And the spike comes here, and that stops the clock at 25 seconds. Here's Foles. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. Now a first down run here. This is Vereen. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Giants, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll be at home for one next week against the Oakland Raiders. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Giants are winners as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.